All right, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It is Election Day 2018, November 6th. As we say here, if you'd like to be a part of the show, 706-889-9700. If you ever want to send me a message, that's chief@veterannews.com. And our social media ways to follow us there are on the screen. Now, I want to give you a quick, this is my reason. Okay, I just like to open the thoughts, get them going, okay? Now, put up number 22. Who is that? Jim Jordan. Now, Trump has been to Ohio a couple times. Okay? Trump has been to Ohio a couple times. And when he goes to Ohio, just like in Macon, Sunday, Macon, Georgia, Trump pointed at some people that were off to the side. Governor Nathan Deal. Deal did not come up and get on stage. Okay? Which I'm going to have something to say about that at the end of the show. Or maybe I better wait till tomorrow. I don't want to... but anyhow, he will point to people. Now this makes twice he has brought Jim Jordan out of the crowd up to the stage. He's here in Cleveland yesterday. Jim, get up here. There is a reason alone for Republicans to take the House. It's so he could be Speaker of it. Now, everybody out there does not want one single person bringing up anything that could divide or be negative where Republicans are concerned today. Please, let's just unify. Tomorrow, I don't want to do it, but I have to. Okay, tomorrow, the media is waiting for tomorrow, and they're setting up their blame. So they're going to have the big fancy, the lights are going to be really fancy, $200,000, $150,000 studios. They are up already at 5 a.m. with these fancy studios. If you do not think this is enormous, a big business, why do you think they're up with these studios built? This is corporate. All right, media with these big, massive studios. This is big money to them. They got a lot invested. You got MSNBC with the Cook Report leaning stuff over. Like kids are looking at the Cook Report to see if somebody's from leaning Democrat to likely Democrat or was leaning Republican to toss up. Really? Well, that's an MSNBC thing. Then you got the Nate Silverman, 536, 82, 58, whatever it is. Okay, that is ABC. ABC. Nate Silverman comes on there and he says, well, we got 82% chances that if this works out and this does this and this does this, there's 82% chances the Democrats take the House. But then again, we can't call that because if this happens, you'll be looking at the Republicans holding the House. So this thing's up in the air. Well, why'd you even say the 82% existed? All right. So all that is out the window. I'm going to tell you something now. The blame game, they're going to blame it on Trump. If, and I don't even want to do this today, but if the Republicans lose the House today, it cannot be blamed on Trump. It has to squarely set on the Republican House shoulders that the American people put it on. It has to set. Remember, Nancy Pelosi handed back over the gavel. Back over to John Boehner. Okay? And John started, he had tears. Every time he talked to him, he's all teared up. I mean, he would go outside, smoke a cigarette, come in, and he'd get all teared up. And, you know, but we handed the gavel from Pelosi to John Boehner. That was after that big red wave in, what, 2010? Was it 2010? Yeah, big red wave. Gave it to Boehner. And what happened after that? Boehner, you know, the Republicans did not keep the promises they made the American people. And then what happened? We gave the gavel to Paul Ryan. And Paul Ryan pretended like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. Okay, give it to me. I don't want it. I want to see my kids grow up. Do you realize the age Paul Ryan is, and he's retiring and taking all of our money? He's not turning down a single penny that we're sending him home with. Full retirement, full bennies, and he's gone to Wisconsin after he has passed those. You remember the first biggest lie Paul Ryan told the American people? An enormous whopper. Why, it was baked in the cake. It was sitting on my desk. I got in there, and there's this big cake on my desk, and it was baked, and I couldn't start all over. I just had to say, spend the American people's money. And the reason I got to do this now is because you just got to tell the truth. You got to get out in front of what I've told you is a manufactured. Every bit of it's been manufactured. Paul Ryan called the president and begged him to stick with the message. Is this the same Paul Ryan that said John Boehner already had the budget in place? Is this the same Paul Ryan that gave Barack Hussein Obama every single thing he wanted, no chance of shutting down the government? Is this the same Paul Ryan that put a spending bill together that gave Obama a clear path all the way of getting out of town? Nothing in his way, no extended spending resolutions, nothing. We got your back. Is that him? Is that fiscal hawk Paul Ryan? Remember when he ran with Romney? Why, we were excited. We had a conservative on the ticket. Romney would be the modest guy out there, the moderate, the guy that was cool, calm, and collected. And Ryan would be the fiscal hawk. He would be our conservative on the ticket. Wow, we've come a long way, baby. Right? Ryan is the one that kept putting those spending bills out and saying, take it or leave it. I don't care if you are president. Paul Ryan. And now he's going home. And the media is running with it. We got clips. We'll show you. The media is running. Ryan tried to call Paul Ryan tried to call the president this weekend and said, please, Mr. President, stop. Talk about the economy. Same Paul Ryan. Jim Jordan. Not Kevin McCarthy. Now, I know what you're going to say. Where is he out of? California? Is he out of? I forget where he's at. Jim Jordan's been on the stage twice with Trump. Jim Jordan wants to be your Speaker of the House. Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is who the 9th District wants for Speaker of the House. I hope Congressman Collins is listening. Okay? Jim Jordan. So if there's any reason, one reason, if you pick one reason to go vote for Karen Handel, one reason to go vote to keep the House of Representatives in the Republicans' hands, right there's the guy to do it for. Jim Jordan. Next Speaker of the House should be, and we hope Republicans win, and that's the next Speaker of the House, Jim Jordan. Watch what happens then. Let's go to number 23. We told you about this. Here is Trump. There's Rush Limbaugh. Rush is mega rally in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. That's where he's from. He did about 10 minutes last night opening up. And the NBC Marist poll, let's go to number 24, trying to lie to the American people and say, hey, Guess what? Claire McCaskill's up, or people of Missouri, 50-47. I don't think so. I do not think Claire McCaskill wins. Okay, number 21. I do not think that Claire McCaskill is up. Number 21, 50. I do not believe she's up 50-46. I do not believe she wins tonight. Let's go to number 20. Dems need, I show you this for a reason. And the reason I show you this is not just to say, hey, why we know Dems, but I wanted to show you at 2 a.m. Pacific time. What was that? 5 a.m. this morning, right? On Eastern time, 5 a.m. The very first thing MSNBC thought they should let you know. If you look in the bottom corner, it says 2 a.m. Well, that was 5. 2 Dems is all they need to Senate to have control of the Senate. Look at number 19. Number 19, 5:01 a.m. They also did that at 6 a.m. They led with that. House control, Dems need 23. They are trying to get out the vote and remind you, you better get fired up. They're doing all they can. Give me number 15. This is 5:2:01 Eastern Time. This is 5 a.m. on CNN. This is how they open. Big fancy. You got Gregory there. What is that his name? I forget what his name is. You have Robbie Mook. Robbie Mook, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. Well, there's a win. Look at CNN's fancy. They've even called in the big people 5 a.m. this morning, Election Day. First thing they want to tell people, voters to render verdict on Trump presidency. It's your time. You got to go out there. You got to put him in check. CNN at 5 a.m. this morning. There is, let's go to number 14. This is 5:02. They go right to David Gregory. It's David Gregory, right? Voters surrendered verdict on Trump presidency. Let's go to 13. Robbie Mook, former campaign manager of Hillary for America. We're wondering if Robbie is going to say, hey, you know what? We should have went to Wisconsin. We should have went once. We could have done it. This is who we're listening to. These are the people. Hillary, no way whatsoever. They're back. They're together. They're doing it once again. And you believe the polls? I do not. Let's go to number 12. Just the only reason I show you this, it's 2:05. Voters to render verdict on President Trump. That's to keep him in check. That's 5 minutes into the show. It never changed. That's all they were talking about today is. Now we have number 11. We go over to MSNBC at 2:17 a.m. Pacific time. It's a little earlier than that on the East Coast. I think it was 5:17. Abrams slams Kemp's claims of election hacking. Accuses Republican opponent of last-minute witch hunt. Okay? And then let's go to number 10, MSNBC. Last-minute twist in the Georgia governor's race. There's Kemp. All right? Now here's one of my favorites. Number 9. This is the best this is the best they can do. Number 9. Obama, Biden make final midterm push for Democrats. He's delivering donuts. He's delivering donuts with Tim Kaine. That's all they can come up with. That's the room he's playing, delivering donuts. Okay? Look at the big picture here, okay? Number 8. Trump campaigns with top conservative media voices and final midterm rally. That's what they thought was important at 5:03 this morning. Central Time. So 5:03 a.m. Central Time. That's MSNBC ready to go, boy. There's Minka Joe, Little Willie. There's the token brother. I don't care what you think. They go around, they're the most racist people. Democrats are the most racist people in the world. They went and got Steele, Michael Steele, black guy, former Republican Party chair, Michael Steele. Michael, what do you think over there? Well, this is not how Republicans used to act, Joe. I do know that. We were much more focused on losing elections and handling them in the correct way. I didn't care if we won. I didn't care that we lost. All I cared about, Joe, was making sure the message was in lockstep with the media talking steps for the Democrats to promote their message. And I did that well as a black Republican leader of the Republican Party, Michael Steele. All right, number 7. Now, here it got them excited. This was important to them. A Quinnipiac poll, university poll, New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez, 55, Bob Huggin, 40. Now, this got them all excited. This is big, they said. Number 6. Trump has hijacked the election. House Republicans in panic mode. But Trump, unsurprisingly, had another issue on his mind. He boasted to Ryan that his force on immigration has fired up the base, according to a source familiar with the call. Trump has hijacked the election. House Republicans are in panic mode. They're panicking all over. If you lose House Republicans, don't look at Donald J. Trump. He is bringing the voters out. He's bringing his voters out, and he is reminding people why they voted for him in the first place. That carried you in. Every one of those. Do you realize every House seat is up, 435 at the same time? That's the way it's done. 2-year term. That's why they're representatives. You go up and you represent for 2 years and you're supposed to come home. There's no reason whatsoever a person is 22 years in the House of Representatives. But yes, we have it there, okay? So anyhow, you got Ben Nelson with, more plastic surgery down there. He's running for Senate in Florida. I mean, what is this guy, 81 or something? And, he's got his hair dyed and he's wearing the Grecian formula and he's had, he's got Botox and 19 plastic surgeries, and he thinks he looks, 55. Well, I got news for you, Ben Nelson down there. You don't look it. Anyhow, that's down in Florida. I don't know how I switched gears, but anyhow, Trump has hijacked the election. House Representatives in panic mode. You realize the same House of Representatives, the same 435 at stake, were the same 435 on the ballot last year. In 2016 when Trump ran. Wake up. These people paint these pictures of this doom and gloom and how they're going to blame it, spin it, and whose fault it is. And we don't wake up. 2 years ago, there was 435. Guess what? 2 years before that, there was 435. 2 years before that, there was 435. Your representative runs every 2 years. It's not like the Senate where it's intervals, okay, and you have 2 6-year terms, and they don't run concurrent. I'm just telling you. So the same House of Representatives that's in panic mode was the same little wusses in panic mode in 2016 when Trump won and the House of Representatives maintained red. It's the media that's fabricating the panic mode in Republican. It's the media that's making the phone call from Paul Ryan and elevating the rhetoric in it. It's the media. I'm going to take a brief break. That means we got about a half hour to wrap up this show. So let's take a break, Josh.